Myself Roshan, and I'm currently pursuing my MBA first year from KJ Samaya Institute of Management. Prior to this, I have an engineering background, engineering and mechanical engineering from Nagpur, and I have no work ex. I'm just a fresher. So basically, in this class, after coming to MBA, I realized that entrepreneurship is something which I should go forward with it. So that's the reason I've been in contact with people who can provide the necessary support and activities. So that's the reason I'm presenting you the things. Anything else? Okay, actually the thing is that I've divided, basically I want to pursue, one thing I've realized that, in the engineering itself, and that was that I have to pursue something of my own in the field of education. If you look into the current scenario of India, the education scenario, though we claim that we have a lot of, literacy rate is increasing at a rate of 10-12%, but the thing is that quality of education has been compromised to a very high extent. Now there are students, who are not getting, if I talk about the tier 2 or tier 3 cities, I belong to Jamshedpur. So these are the cities in which the exposure is very, very less. So just because of this, I have this area as a whole as a target, and for this I have come up with two plans. The first plan I would like to discuss first is a magazine for children from the age of standard 5 to standard 12. Now, I've already approached 4-5 schools, and they gave a positive response on this. So what we are targeting at an initial phase, we'll have tie-ups with 10 to 15 schools. Now for this 10 to 15 schools, we'll have a survey that what exactly these schools want in these magazines. We have our own content obviously, but still we will have proper survey that what exactly you want me to write. The thing is that when I was in standard 7, standard 8, my father was very much concerned that I should read newspaper. But what I used to do was, I was not aware with the kind of vocab which, these newspapers and all write. And also there are certain, newses which is not suitable for children. So what we do is, we will try and bring all this news, all these things which are happening around the world in a very concentrated manner. Along with this, we will, give information in these magazines about all the innovative workshops which have evolved recently. For example, photography making, video making and all the film making. There are a lot of innovative workshops. So we'll give them knowledge about these workshops, where are they organized, how can a child be benefited from this. Other than that, we have content like vocabulary for child, we have a lot of other content, health, social issues, that no discrimination between women and men. So these are the things which we would like to bring in an innovative manner in these magazines. We have contacts. Somaya has its own school. So this Somaya school would be the first one who is already given a red flag, green flag to it. And other than that, we have, I belong to 3-4 schools because my father had a transferring job. So all these schools I have good decent amount of contacts with the principals and all. So I have had verbal communication with all this, and they are also ready for it. Now this magazine will cost around 45 to 50 rupees. Now this is something which a parent is ready to pay. And our target audience, or the business model says that we'll get money from schools, will not get money from parents. These schools will introduce these magazines in parents-teacher meetings, and accordingly the number of subscriptions the school tells us, we will produce accordingly. So there is, at present we are not targeting any retailers, we are not targeting any shops and all. Currently it is only for the schools. At present the content writing, because it's a bit costly, because students will definitely charge something. At present I have 2 people with me, and both are a very good friend of mine and avid writers. So under that circumstances, we don't have any content development cost presently. We only have the cost of printing associated. So this is a model which is very feasible to start with, because capital required is very, very less. And we will look after the designing, we'll look after the content preparation, everything will be done by ourselves. And later on, when it expands, we will hire students from various, a plethora of B schools and schools etc. to write content together. Second plan is that since standard 11 or 12, I was extensively involved in competitions ranging from fine arts, competitions ranging from extempos, debates, case study presentations, journal presentations and all these things. So extracurricular activities was my forte. So I've understood this thing, that many a times I have come across people who have very good ideas. They have, presentations are very good, everything is fine. But the only area, I should point out the numbers, it's around 95% of the people face this difficulty, that they are not able to present their ideas well. If they know 100%, they are able to present 40%. I should start a cell which will, which will train students from engineering, students from MBA, students from schools, etc. to present their ideas well. It will raise for communication skills, proper debating skills, content developments, what to speak, what not to speak, and later on expand it to image consulting and all. So currently it would be launched by the name of a debating club, official debating club, And because debating clubs are not existent in India, there are one or two in Delhi University and all, but there is not a company, there is not an organization which actually trains students on this. We have institutes which are training students for MBAs, we have institutes training for engineering, etc. But in order to hone these extracurricular skills, which is one of the most vital aspect of a person, there is no such organization existing. So these are the things that we have already launched this particular thing. I have distributed around 2,000 pamphlets in areas of Bandra, Andheri, and Sanpada, near Vashi and all. So these are the areas which are actually having good people. Good people in the sense they are very much aware of what exactly is going around things. So I distributed only 2,000 pamphlets and it costed me around 600 rupees. That's it. By a vendor I had a contract, he took 300 and 300 was the printing cost. Out of this 2,000 pamphlets, I got calls from at least 70 to 80 parents for sessions. And it was not a full-time because I can't afford to go for full-time because I'm running my own MBA program. So the thing is that I had sessions for 1 hour, 15 minutes. And this pamphlet, exactly I wrote all these things which I wish to, incorporate in this organization which are going to open. And out of this 80, calls which I got, I went for sessions in 26-27 places and I earned near about 40,000, 50,000 rupees in a span of 1 month. So this actually forced me to think that this is one such area which has demand. Now